I am delighted to be joined by Olive today. Thank you, Olive Hickmott, for joining us. You are presenting at the NLP conference in 2024.
Yes, doesn't it come around quickly?
It does, it does. And your topic is retaining the strengths of visual-spatial learners. I had to get my teeth in to say that one. So please do start, Olive, by telling us a little bit more about yourself and your presentation.
Right. Well, first of all, I probably ought to explain visual spatial learners. Lots of children, and in particular young children, are highly visual. They have amazing mental imagery. And they, at 4 years old, they probably could be classified as creative geniuses because they've got so many pictures going on in their head. And so that's what visual spatial learners is about. And I'm a forensic health and learning coach and a trainer. And for 24 years, I have been welding together various different bits of modalities, especially NLP, energetic NLP, and loads more, and come up with a process that we take children through who are struggling with their learning or with their health. I'm also a member of the ANLP and Health and the ANLP and Education groups.
Absolutely. So you bring a wealth of information and a wealth of experience. So what practical learnings will delegates take away from your session?
I think first of all we have to go, how are we educating children? And that's a really big topic. But it's really important for visual learners. And we haven't got a lot of experience over the years, I would deign to suggest, in actually educating visual learners, because that's not what everybody seemed to be doing. So we were teaching them to be auditory sequential learners. But what we need to do now is to move to helping the teachers teach these highly visual kids. One of the things that occurred to me the other day was, if you've got any teachers who are neurodivergent, ask them how they learn. And that would be a really good modeling to do, because that's where I've learned. I've learned from learning how other people are learning visually. And so we're into seeing a much bigger picture here. It's the thing that occurred to me recently was that we have a lot of skills with 4-year-olds. So we have creativity, innovation, problem solving, intuition. I've now catalogued 35 of these. Wow. And they are extraordinary in 4-year-olds. And if they're developed, they carry on developing them through their lives. If they are ignored or trashed or told off for looking at the ceiling, for example, then they will be confined and they will start losing them. And there's a very interesting statistic that says, which came out of some work done for NASA, as in sending rockets up to the moon, which said that 98% of 4-year-olds are creative geniuses. And unfortunately, only 2% of adults are creative geniuses. So they lose it along the way. And the numbers in our classroom are growing. I mean, neurodiversity, sorry, I said that wrong. Sorry. The neurodivergent children used to be the odd ones out, but they're getting more and more and more in our classrooms. And these students have got exceptional strengths, which we need to retain and we need to develop. And businesses have been requesting them for decades. They want problem-solving creative people. And with the advent of AI, it's even more important that we further develop these. There is a lovely expression I will quote to you from Dr. Stuart Shanker, who said, if you see a child differently, which is what I seem to spend my life doing, you will see a different child. And that sums it up to me. So we need to change the emphasis in schools. Instead of spending a lot of time labeling these kids as having a problem, but rather to look at their strengths and go, this is what they're really good at. This is how we're going to teach them.
Wonderful. So is there anything that delegates can do beforehand to get a deeper understanding or a deeper experience during your session?
They're welcome to. They can have a look on some of my materials, and there is a website where which is now becoming my learning platform, called visualkids.co.uk, and you can go on there and get free online coaching on dyslexia, ADHD, neurodivergent strengths, dyscalculia, and exploring mental images. So those are some really useful things you could do. And you can explore our brand new neurodivergent toolkit, which came out in November, and for teachers and parents. And so I always say it's something like my 24 years of experience all in one place. And the website for that one is called neurodivergenttoolkit.co.uk.
Brilliant, thank you. So Olive, what inspired you to want to present at the NLP conference?
Well, everything I do is based on NLP, really. It isn't the NLP things that you would go along and learn in a training course. We are using eye accessing cues. We're using the communications model, etc., etc. So we don't teach it as NLP, but we use it. And so it's like a really good practical application of NLP. And in NLP, you're taught about visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, gustatory. This is all about the bigger picture for the people with exceptional visual skills who are born when they're born. And what we want to do is to maintain them during their lives.
Thank you. So thank you, Olive. To remind people watching this, Olive is presenting at the NLP conference in 2024. Olive is presenting at the virtual element of the conference, which is on Sunday, the 11th of February at 2 p.m, 1400 hours. And that's GMT, because we'll still be in wintertime here in the UK. So thank you very much for your time today, Olive. Very much looking forward to your presentation, which is a topic dear to my heart. So look forward to seeing you in February.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity to talk at the conference.